everyone, welcome back to Blue Ridge Silverhound. I am your host for today, Sean, and I have a tremendous announcement. Go figure, right? 2 days away from the new year, and then we have something that just all of a sudden popped up on the brand new 2019 Philadelphia minted Jefferson nickels, all courtesy of one of my viewers. Okay, so we're going to talk about this coin here momentarily. I wanted to give you guys a quick little update. You guys can just fast forward through this if you'd like, about my workload. Okay, as you guys know, on New Year's, January 1st, the new COPPA regulations are going to go into full effect. I don't know how certain this is going to affect my channel, because generally my content is made for adult viewing purposes, 18 and older. I do get a few younger kids on here, teenagers, that sort of thing, that watch my videos. It shouldn't affect it too badly, but between now and about maybe 3 or 4 days into the new year, my workload is going to be heavy in anticipation of whatever may happen. I might see a drop off in views and a subscriber base. I'm not sure, but we're going to kick it off huge for 2020. My proclamation to everyone is that we're going to see regular videos every week like we always have. We have a couple new things based off of all of the feedback that I received from my Monday Market Report broadcast. All right, I will be also implementing, probably not on a Monday, but maybe more toward the Friday or maybe Thursday evening time of the week. Every week, we will be throwing in there pocket change sold for under $100. That kind of report will be forthcoming. Should be a lot of fun for a lot of you roll hunters and pocket change people out there that like to treasure hunt some of the most accessible coins. We're going to talk about all that stuff, so that's going to be a new segment. In addition, I'm also going to be doing a lot of reviews on just various products and services, different coins and grab bags and things of that nature that people are selling on eBay, through like the magazine advertisements, Coin World, the Numismatist, among some of the other publications, even buying some stuff online, okay, from some of our favorite resources like AppMex and Modern Coin Mart, and then we're just going to go ahead and review the entire process, so that way, you guys are going to be very comfortable with ordering from someone specific, whether it's on eBay, whether it's on the internet, whether it's on Amazon, you name it. Okay, so that's going to be something new that we're going to be doing pretty regularly this next year, to kind of help diversify this channel a little bit more. For a lot of you that, want to get into the hobby, but, just don't know how. So, sorry to keep it so long-winded for the introduction of this video. You guys have been staring at this 2019 Philadelphia coin, but that's okay. There is a coin that I wanted to preface before we jump into this 2019, and it's going to tie in beautifully, and it's going to be this Roosevelt dime that you see here. As you guys know, I did a video probably about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and it has been one of my most widely viewed videos on my channel of all history of Blue Ridge Silverhound. And by the way, thank you, by the way, for all the support with that video, because that one has been incredible. But this is a modern dated Roosevelt dime. As a matter of fact, this is a 2019 that you're staring at right here. It is indeed a Philadelphia minted coin. However, check out those little red arrows that I drew in for you on this coin. Okay, does this look familiar to you? I've talked about this particular Roosevelt dime error as being one that exhibited what we call feeder finger scratches. Okay, if you guys don't know what a feeder finger is, it's a piece of the U.S. Mint press machinery that actually helps seat in the blanks into the striking chamber of the press before these coins are struck. Okay, and then sometimes the feeder finger, which is like this long metal bar looking thing, will actually scrape up against the die as it's seating the coins into the press for that strike. So this is a byproduct of what happens when two pieces of metal on this big ginormous press collide together. You get a little bit of damage on the die. Okay, now on this particular instance, this example of this dime right here, as you can see, a lot of the scrapes, those horizontal lines that you see on this coin, are actually underneath the actual design devices of the reverse of this Roosevelt dime. Okay, it's pretty neat because it didn't dig in all the way enough on this coin to affect the actual design devices any. It's all on the fields area, which is why you see it behind like the olive sprig and the torch and things like that, and it's not on top of the areas of the designs that we are normally used to seeing on this coin. So we have this coin. Let's go ahead and enter into the coin that was just discovered this past week. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 2019. This is a Philadelphia minted Jefferson nickel with a similar anomaly on the reverse. It's not an anomaly. It is a coin that has been subjected to die damage as a result of that feeder finger scraping up against the die as it's sitting a new planchet for the strike. Okay, this one, however, has a few things that are a little bit different. Okay, first of all, it's not nearly as dramatic as that Roosevelt dime error that you saw previous frame. This one right here is a little bit smaller, but of course you have more going on in the middle of this coin. Monticello, the actual design, takes up the entire middle of the coin. So if there were more area for the feeder finger to scrape up against on the die, you would actually see a lot more of the scrape lines on there on these coins. Okay, but in this case, you're going to see some pretty interesting stuff. So this coin right here was discovered by an individual, and she asked us to use her I guess YouTube handle. Okay, it's gonna be Roger Dodger Coin Roll Hunter is what she goes by. She is the discoverer of this coin. I think she found it within the last week or two, probably right before Christmas, and she wanted to share this with me. All right, and then ultimately share it with everyone else so that way you guys can find something like this. By the end of the video, we're going to talk about how much a coin like this can sell for, in addition to kind of recapping how much the Roosevelt dimes have been selling for with the similar error on there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just kind of breeze through some of these close-ups. Okay, they're all pretty similar, but what I did was I referenced small red arrows in here. Okay, the first image that you'll see on here has some of those filing scratches that are right in the bays of Monticello. Okay, as you can see, the top of the door where that kind of decorative arch is, you're going to see some of the scrapes going through there. That's pretty neat to see it kind of affect the design detail a little bit. But this one right here, you have all those scrapes. You even have a couple that are actually evident on the third column from the left. If you counted 1, 2, 3, you'll see the third one there with a few of those feeder finger excuse me, feeder finger scrapes. That's kind of a mouthful. But you'll also see some in the third window, okay, toward the top. Some, and these are diagonally oriented scrapes on the actual master die that has translated onto the strike of these nickels. So there's going to be a number of these nickels that are going to exhibit these scrapes. Okay, and then some might actually be stronger than the others. Okay, you're going to see kind of this die progression. You know, hopefully you guys will, you know, find this important enough that you'll go out and actually try and discover some on your own And then, you could report back to the community as to, I found one with many more scrapes than the example Blue Ridge Silverhound had documented on his video, courtesy of Roger Dodger Coin Roll Hunter. So as you can see, you have scrapes also in the third window, and then to the right of the fourth column, you actually see a few more. Okay, those aren't nearly as evident, but they are there. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the second image. All right, on this one right here, okay, you get a little bit better, clearer close-up view of these. The coin is just rotated a little bit, so that way the lighting source bounces off the coin differently, so that way you're able to see a few of the filing scrapes a little bit clearer on this particular image. Okay, so this is a really neat error right here. Here's another image right here, and this time you could see the top end. Okay, the very end of these feeder finger scrapes. Okay, I'll call them FFS for short from the rest of this video, but you'll see them at the top of the dome and then just to the left of that. All right, so this is going to be where the end is. Again, if you guys find one and you find that these FFSs are a little bit longer beyond what you see here, okay, you're probably going to have one that is a little bit later die state. Okay, so keep an eye on that. So here's another image, different lighting source. As you can see, very evident. They're very deep scratches. Do not confuse these for regular die file lines. And those are lines that are placed on the actual die as a result of a little bit of maintenance by a Mint employee as they try and rework and kind of strengthen the design of these coins. You'll find some of the swirliness on there as being just regular die file lines. This is different, however. So we're going to go ahead and rotate the coin a little bit more. I left out the arrows so that way you guys can identify what these FFSs look like on here. As you could tell, you could see the ones just to the top left of the dome of Monticello. You also see the ones in the middle bay where the door is pretty clearly. Okay, again, the lighting is a little bit different here. All right, and then here's another image. The lighting is shifted ever so slightly. Not super incredible, but you can see the same attributes and diagnostical areas on this one. Now here's another one right here. Again, the coin rotated a little bit more, and again you see the same FFSs in those particular spots. They're a little bit stronger because of the lighting, especially in the that middle bay where the door is. Alright, here's another image. The lighting on this one with those circles are a little bit more washed out. Okay, so you don't, same thing right here. I think the extra little added area on this that was never explained yet is all the way to the right next to that fourth column. Okay, you also see a few more of these die file lines, these FFSs, toward that top kind of like area. That is, it's that horizontal line that you see there. Okay, just beneath the roof area. And then here's another one right here. Okay, so this one here is going to focus on a few little smaller lines, okay, that occur on the right above the first L in Monticello, right underneath the actual building. Okay, so it's going to be to the right of the steps and then just above the L. Okay, you're going to see a few little diagonal scratches. Okay, those are also part of this error. And then finally, I also wanted to bring up the fact that a number of these coins that she has discovered also exhibits a pretty nice die break that affects the number 9 of the date. Okay, it's a really big die chip. It's not like a huge substantial break, but in this case, this is a little bit, this is probably more of a mid die state die chip on here, but I have a feeling that this is going to be a pickup point for this particular area. So on a later die state example, you'll probably either see a bigger die chip here that's attached to the 9, or it might be something that might be gone because a Mint employee had identified that this big gnarly die chip had formed on the date, and then they were gonna work it out, and kind of strengthen this area for subsequent strikes. So this is a definite pickup point for this error. Keep an eye out for this big die chip on the 9. All right, so that pretty much covers everything. Okay, that's a really long portion of the video, and I'm sorry it took so long, but I wanted to make sure I covered all the bases. Let's go ahead and touch on value. Okay, the Roosevelt 9, let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. The moment I talked about it for the first time, the first few, 3 or 4 or 5 examples have sold in that $75 to $100 range. Of course, the feeder finger damage on those particular coins are a lot stronger than on this nickel. However, this is the only example, the one that you've seen all the way up in the last like 8-9 minutes of this video. This is the only example that has existed with these feeder finger scrapes, these FFSs, and okay, and I believe that this example is in like a mid-die state. If we find one with some longer, more substantial scratches on there, those are going to be worth more money. Speculatively, I would say that coins right off the bat, as they're being discovered, okay, we'll probably sell in that $30 to $40 range. I'm not nearly as high on this example because of the actual size of these scrapes. So, I am going to put a little bit lesser value on these coins. However, are you going to walk away from $30, $40? To a lot of people, that actually, is a tank of gas. All right. So, you find 3 or 4 of them, then you've cobbled together a nice little chunk of change if you decide to resell these into the marketplace. Just keep an eye out for them. Okay, for you folks there east of the Mississippi, you're going to have the best bet looking for these. I know we're like a day shy from 2020. It's going to be brand new everything, but these coins are still very much available in brilliant uncirculated condition. Okay, and there's no better grade to find these at than at the top end of the curve. Keep an eye out for these. We'd love to hear your guys' success. Let me know if you find one of these feeder finger scraped coins. They are sure going to please everyone. The more that we find, the better. Okay, but much love, much courtesy to Roger Dodger Coin Roll Hunter. Thank you, my lady, for sending this to me. Okay, so she gets all the credit in the world, and yeah, this is a phenomenal find. Okay, so I wish you guys the best of luck. Again, Coinaholics, we are discovering together. Okay, we'd love to hear again your stories of some amazing finds. And as always, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for instant notifications, and I'll see you again next time. And happy hunting.